Title: Don't feed the man in the mirror after 3:03 a.m. I used to laugh at urban legends. The Bloody Marys, the Candymans, the Slender Men. They were spooky tales you whispered at sleepovers to scare your friends into wetting their sleeping bags. I never thought I'd live in one. It started the day I moved into my new apartment, Unit 507, in a building that reeked of mildew and old paint. It was cheap, suspiciously so. The landlord, a man with a crooked jaw and a constant twitch, didn't say much during the tour. But as he handed me the keys, he gave one piece of unsolicited advice. Cover the mirrors at night. Especially the one in the hallway. And don't, under any circumstance, feed him. I laughed. Nervously, maybe. But I still laughed. The first few nights were quiet, though I noticed something strange about the hallway mirror. It was always cold. Even if I blasted the heat, even if I touched every surface around it and found them warm, that mirror remained like ice. I started noticing faint smudges on its surface too, long finger-like streaks that I never made. Then came the knock. At exactly 3:03 a.m. Soft at first, then insistent. I sat up in bed, frozen. It wasn't the door. It was the mirror. Something on the other side was knocking. The next morning, the streaks were gone. But a new one appeared, different this time. It looked like a palm print. Facing outward. Things escalated quickly. Lights would flicker around 3 a.m., shadows lingered longer than they should, and sometimes I'd catch something moving behind my reflection. Not mimicking me. Doing its own thing. Watching. Smiling. I set up a camera to record it one night. What I saw chilled me to the bone. At exactly 3:03, the reflection turned. Not me, my reflection. It turned on its own and stepped out of frame, leaving the camera staring into an empty hallway. For 2 full minutes, the mirror remained blank. Then the reflection returned. Dragging something. A body. My body. It stared directly into the lens before lifting a finger to its lips. I stopped sleeping. I started covering the mirror like the landlord said. But one night, in a moment of weakness, I forgot. I passed it without thinking on my way to the kitchen, bleary-eyed and half-dreaming. That's when I saw it. Me. But not me. He was thinner, his eyes sunken, mouth twisted in a smile too wide for a human face. He raised his hand and mimicked a feeding motion, fingers to lips, mouth opening wide. Then something dripped from the other side. Blood. Thick and slow. And his smile widened. I ran. I stayed at a friend's house. But the dreams followed. He followed. Every reflective surface, phone screen, toaster, even puddles, held glimpses of him. He doesn't need the mirror anymore. So now I live by a set of rules. I'm writing them here in case I disappear. Rules to survive the man in the mirror. 1. Cover all mirrors after sundown. Bedsheets, newspapers, anything will do. Just don't let them see you. 2. Never look directly into a mirror at 3:03 a.m. If you do, he sees you too clearly. 3. If he knocks, do not respond. Do not speak. Do not move. Do not acknowledge. 4. Do not feed him. He will mimic hunger. He'll hold out hands. Ignore him. He doesn't need food, he feeds on you. 5. If your reflection moves on its own, run. It's already too late. 6. Never break the mirror. That doesn't trap him, it frees him. I'm not sure how much longer I have. My reflection just blinked. And I didn't. I stood frozen, heart hammering in my chest, staring into the hallway mirror. My own face, no longer mine, tilted slightly, that eerie not-me grin growing wider. Its eyes gleamed with a kind of hunger I've never seen on a human face. I tried to move, to back away, but it was like my limbs had turned to lead. My reflection raised its hand, slow, deliberate, and tapped the glass. Once. Twice. 3 times. Then it paused. The 4th knock. The mirror didn't crack. It rippled, like water disturbed by a stone. My knees buckled as a cold gust of air blew from the glass, carrying with it a smell I can only describe as decay soaked in time. The reflection stepped forward. Not mirrored. Not reversed. It was real, and it was stepping out. I crawled backward, frantically pushing myself away as it emerged from the mirror like smoke solidifying into form. Its feet didn't touch the ground. It hovered just slightly above, twitching every few seconds as if trying to adjust to this world's gravity. I scrambled into the kitchen and grabbed the biggest knife I could find. I turned, heart racing, only to find the hallway empty. The mirror intact. My own horrified reflection staring back. Had I imagined it? A dream within a dream? I would have believed that, wanted to believe it, until I noticed the smear of blood trailing from the hallway into the living room. It wasn't mine. I tried to call someone, anyone, but my phone screen showed static. My reflection on the dark screen grinned at me. I dropped it. That's when the whispers started. They didn't come from outside. They came from inside the mirrors. Soft at first, barely audible, like someone speaking underwater. Then clearer. Words. Feed me. Let me in. You blinked first. I locked every mirror in the apartment in the storage room, covered in blankets and duct taped shut. Still, the whispers didn't stop. One night, I woke up to the sound of glass shattering. The storage room door hung open, torn from the hinges. And in the middle of the floor, every mirror was shattered, their edges jagged like teeth. Each shard reflected not the room, but him. And they were all moving, twitching, smiling. I fled. Got in my car and drove hours away to my childhood home. I figured if I stayed away from any reflective surface, I'd be safe. But it wasn't that simple. On the third night, I caught him in the television screen, staring from the blank channel. When I turned it off, his eyes lingered in the reflection for a second longer than they should have. He's not bound to mirrors anymore. He's learning. He's adapting. I've gone to churches, psychics, scientists, anyone who would listen. They all say the same thing: once you've seen him, really seen him, he's a part of you. A fracture in your soul. Every mirror is now a door, and he holds the key. So I'm writing this while I still can, before he finds another way out. Before he learns how to fully wear my skin. Updated rules to survive the Mirror Man. 7. Never blink when looking into a mirror past 3 a.m. That's when the challenge begins. 8. Do not show him fear. It strengthens him, gives him more control over the glass. 9. If your phone screen shows static, it's already too late. Turn it off and smash it. 10. Avoid puddles, glass doors, dark windows. Anything reflective is now a potential portal. 11. Do not fall asleep near uncovered reflective surfaces. He visits during REM. 12. If your reflection moves without you, scream loudly. Wake someone. Make noise. It slows him down. 13. And most importantly, if you ever see him smile wider than humanly possible, run. Because he's not just watching anymore. He's ready. I haven't seen my reflection in days. Not because he's gone, but because he's not pretending anymore. He's walking in the skin of people I know. Friends calling with odd voices. A stranger that looked too much like me at the gas station. He's here. And I'm the only one who knows. So if you're reading this, and your mirror just fogged up on its own, don't wipe it. Don't look. Just walk away. Because if you see him smiling through the steam, he's already behind you. He's already behind you. You don't feel his footsteps. That's part of what makes it so much worse. There's no creaking floorboard, no sudden gust of air, no looming shadow that alerts you like in the stories. Instead, it's a presence. A tightness in your chest. That creeping sensation that the space behind your neck is colder than it was a moment ago, that something is hovering too close, just out of view. But the second you acknowledge it, the second you look, that's when he knows you're ready. I learned this the hard way. After posting my last entry, I stayed in a motel off the side of an empty highway. No mirrors, no screens, just a tiny bed, 4 walls, and a rusted-out ceiling fan that clicked with every rotation. I slept with the lights on. But light doesn't matter to him. Neither does time. I blinked, and when my eyes opened, the fan was still spinning. But slower. Much slower. The room felt like it was breathing. I sat up, heart thudding, and saw the reflection. There was no mirror in the room. But in the window, the one I had covered with a blanket, his face stared back. Smiling. Upside down. Like he was hanging just outside, head tilted at a nauseating angle, teeth stretching impossibly wide. I didn't move. Didn't breathe. I just stared. And then the blanket fell. No wind. No shaking. It just slipped. Like it had been peeled down, carefully, lovingly, by unseen fingers. I left everything behind. Clothes, phone, even my car. I ran into the woods, thinking the trees would protect me, that the forest, vast and mirrorless, would give me peace. That was 3 nights ago. There are no mirrors out here, but I see him anyway. Reflected in the river's surface. In the glint of my own eyes when I drink from it. In the shine of dew on leaves just before dawn. Last night, I caught him in a drop of blood on my arm, blood I don't remember bleeding. And I swear to you, he spoke. Not with words, not aloud. But his mouth moved, and the meaning slipped directly into my mind like a shard of glass. He told me what he wants. He's not after my soul. He's after my story. Every time someone reads it, every time someone repeats the rules, every time fear settles into the gut of another person, he gets stronger. He's not a ghost. He's not a demon. He's a concept, a predator that thrives on acknowledgement. A creature of lore that doesn't need belief, only attention. And once your attention lands on him, even for a second, he owns a part of you. I'm writing this in a journal made of torn bark and charcoal from my last fire. Because I know someone will find it eventually. And maybe that's what he wants. Maybe I'm already doing his bidding. But if even one person can use this to stay alive a little longer, I'll risk it. Because tonight, I saw something new. I saw another me. Not my reflection. A second me stumbling through the trees. Wearing my face, my fear, but with one difference, its eyes were mirrors. Tiny, glinting, silver discs that reflected everything but the sky. And it laughed when it saw me. Not a human laugh. A sound like broken glass being stirred by wind. I ran. Again. And I'm still running. Final rules for surviving the reflection entity, now known as the Smiling Echo. 14. Never speak his name out loud. If you give it sound, it knows your voice. 15. If you see your reflection in something that shouldn't reflect you, do not engage. Walk away. Do not run. 16. Cover reflective surfaces not with cloth, but with earth, dirt, ash, natural matter. He can't push through it easily. 17. If you see a version of yourself in the distance, turn around. The longer you look, the closer it gets. 18. Always watch the eyes. If someone's eyes don't reflect light the right way, they're already his. 19. Never, ever read these rules out loud. 20. And if you feel breath on your neck and hear a voice that sounds like yours say, "I'm ready now," it's too late. This is the end of what I can give you. I don't know if I'll make it past tonight. I don't know if he'll let me write again. But if you found this, if your screen glitched while reading, if you felt something cold in the room with you right now, don't turn around. Because he's already smiling.